What if the deadliest planet in the universe wasn't a death sentence for humans, but the beginning of the alien empire's worst nightmare? In the far reaches of the cosmos, beyond the limits of human imagination, the Zal'thrak Collective ruled supreme. This vast intergalactic empire, composed of thousands of alien species, thrived on power and entertainment. Their ultimate spectacle? The planet Gauntlet, an arena like no other, where the universe's most feared predators were sent to the unforgiving wastelands of Zaraxus 9, the deadliest planet ever discovered. No creature or species had ever survived longer than a day. For the Zal'thrak, it was a cruel game, and now, to amuse themselves, they had selected an entirely new species for the challenge: humans. They'll die before the first night ends, one of the alien generals chuckled in their native tongue, watching Earth's abducted survivors in a hologram projection. Weak bodies, emotionally unstable, a waste of good entertainment. The consensus among the Alien Council was unanimous. Humanity didn't stand a chance. It began with a flash of light. One moment, the humans were on Earth, going about their lives, and the next, they were dragged into the cold, metallic bowels of an alien vessel. Soldiers, scientists, doctors, engineers, ordinary people, plucked from different corners of the world without explanation. Each person had one thing in common. They were among the best in their respective fields. As they awoke to their terrifying new reality, they were greeted not with answers, but with cold, sneering alien overlords. "You are nothing but entertainment," the translator device relayed with eerie clarity. "Prove your worth, or perish like all others." Before they could protest, the humans were transported to Zaraxus 9, a planet swathed in toxic fog, with raging electrical storms, hostile beasts, and unforgiving terrain. It was a death trap, a hellscape where temperatures swung from boiling heat to freezing cold within hours. The alien overlords had chosen this place with one goal: utter annihilation. The moment the humans landed, chaos erupted. "Cover your faces. Don't breathe the air," yelled Captain Ryan Mitchell, a former military officer who quickly took command. His instincts kicked in as the group stumbled upon the alien terrain, struggling to comprehend the nightmare they had been thrown into. The air was toxic, burning their lungs, and within minutes, one man fell to the ground, convulsing. They barely had time to mourn him before something worse happened. A thunderous roar echoed through the skies, shaking the very ground beneath them. Out of the thick, acidic mist emerged a hulking beast, its eyes glowing red, its jaws dripping venom. Mitchell didn't think. He grabbed a piece of metal from the wreckage they landed in and shouted, "Form a circle. Protect the injured." The first kill was brutal. The beast pounced on one of the group members, tearing through flesh before Mitchell plunged the metal shard deep into the creature's neck. It writhed and shrieked, but didn't die easily. By the time the beast lay still, 2 more humans had been taken. "We need shelter," gasped Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a biologist and survival expert, wiping blood from her hands. "We won't last out here." The survivors pushed on, dragging their injured and scavenging supplies from the limited gear the aliens had dumped with them. They found a small cave, just big enough to hide from the creatures and shield them from the violent lightning storms that rolled across the sky. Inside, their true struggle began. Hours passed. They were cold, exhausted, and terrified. Mistrust spread quickly. Who were they, after all, but strangers thrown into a nightmare together? Tempers flared. "This is impossible," shouted Henry Patel, an engineer. "We're not soldiers. We don't belong here. We're going to die." "Then die quietly," Mitchell snapped back. "But if you want to live, you listen to me." It was the first of many clashes. Despair began creeping into the group as the full reality of their situation sank in. They had no idea how long they would need to survive or if escape was even possible. The alien overlords watched every moment through hidden drones, savoring their struggles like predators waiting for prey to fall. But the humans, fragile, emotional, and flawed, were not as easy to break as the aliens believed. In the midst of their fear, something began to shift. "We may not be soldiers," said Elena quietly, "but we're not stupid either. The creatures here follow patterns. We can learn them." Mitchell nodded. And if we learn how to survive long enough, we'll find a way to fight back. With no choice but to band together, the group began to strategize. They pooled their skills: Mitchell's tactical expertise, Elena's knowledge of wildlife, Patel's engineering brilliance, and adapted to the harsh environment around them. They scavenged weapons from the wreckage, developed makeshift gas masks from scraps, and mapped out the patterns of the planet's storms. Slowly but surely, they began outsmarting the hostile creatures lurking in the mist. For the first time since their arrival, they felt hope flickering within the darkness. On the alien vessel orbiting the planet, confusion began to spread. The human survivors had already outlasted the initial wave of creatures, something no other species had done before. One of the Zal'thrak commanders leaned forward, narrowing his reptilian eyes at the screen. "How are they still alive?" "They are adapting," another alien muttered in disbelief, watching as the humans built rudimentary traps and weapons from the planet's natural resources. This was not supposed to happen. The gauntlet was designed to break even the strongest of species. No one had ever survived this long. Yet here the humans were, forming alliances, setting traps, and learning the rhythms of Zaraxus 9 as if they belonged there. "Perhaps we underestimated them," one of the council members hissed. "Impossible. They are mere primitives," scoffed another. But the unease in the room was undeniable. The humans were proving something dangerous, something the alien overlords were not prepared to confront. On the surface, the humans gathered around a small fire, their faces lit with determination despite the exhaustion etched into their features. They had survived 24 hours, and they knew it wasn't by chance. It was because of their will to adapt, to fight for each other, and to hope for a way out of this nightmare. "We've made it this far," Mitchell whispered, looking at the group. "That means we can make it another day. And then another." Elena gave a tired smile. "Until we find a way to turn the tables." And so, with hearts hardened by loss and resolve strengthened by survival, the humans prepared for whatever came next. They knew the alien overlords were watching, and soon they would see just how wrong they had been about humanity. They were not prey. They were fighters. And this was only the beginning. The humans had not only survived but thrived against all odds on Zaraxus 9. Days turned into weeks, and the alien empire's cruel expectations began to crumble. The Zal'thrak Collective, once entertained by humanity's struggle, now watched with growing concern. For the first time in the history of the Gauntlet, a species had adapted not just to endure, but to master the deadliest planet in the universe. It began with an unthinkable event. The humans, led by Captain Ryan Mitchell, hunted and killed one of the most feared predators of the planet, the Zerlex beast. A creature that had wiped out entire alien squads in previous gauntlets lay dead at the humans' feet. They harvested its tough hide, using it as armor, and crafted weapons from its bones. This wasn't survival anymore. It was domination. Back on the alien mothership, the Council of Zal'thrak leaders grew uneasy. Humanity was defying every prediction, every expectation. "We need to intervene," hissed one of the council members, pacing the control room. "If they survive much longer, the other factions in the Empire will take notice. Our reputation is at stake." A cloaked figure, one of the senior commanders, slammed a clawed hand on the table. "No species is supposed to survive this planet. If they escape," he didn't finish his sentence. The idea of failure, the collapse of an empire known for ruthlessness, was unthinkable. Another alien sneered, "They won't escape. They don't even know where they are." The commander shook his head. "You underestimate them. That's what got us here in the first place." The humans had done more than survive. They had begun to uncover the alien technology embedded in the planet. In one of their scavenging expeditions, Elena Rodriguez, the biologist, had found traces of alien machinery hidden beneath the rocky surface, communication devices connected to the mothership. "We can use this," Elena whispered, her eyes gleaming with determination. "If we can hack into their systems, we can send a signal back to them." Mitchell grinned. "Not just a signal. A warning." Using salvage tech, Henry Patel, the engineer, worked day and night to reverse engineer the alien communication device. It was a race against time. The storms on Zaraxus 9 were intensifying, and hostile creatures grew more aggressive. But after countless failures and near misses, Patel cracked the alien frequency. The humans now had a direct link to the alien mothership. Mitchell stood over the makeshift console as the transmission crackled to life. He stared into the camera, his expression hard but determined. "This is Captain Ryan Mitchell," he began, addressing the alien overlords. "We were thrown into your gauntlet, expected to die. You thought we'd break. You thought we were weak. But you were wrong." He leaned closer to the camera, his voice low but filled with resolve. "We don't just survive. We adapt. We fight. And now we know who you are." A murmur spread through the alien council as they watched the transmission in stunned silence. "We aren't just coming for your respect," Mitchell said with a grim smile. "We're coming for your throne." Before the transmission ended, Elena stepped into the frame and added one final line that sent shockwaves through the Empire. "We didn't survive your deadliest planet. We conquered it." The Zal'thrak Collective was shaken. The gauntlet was no longer a game. It had become a threat to their dominance. They had underestimated the human spirit and paid the price for it. Now, a species they had dismissed as primitive had done the impossible. "They'll spread the word across the galaxy," one alien whispered in fear. "The others will see us as weak." The council scrambled to contain the situation. Orders were issued to send elite strike forces to Zaraxis 9 and finish the humans before they could escape. But it was too late. The humans had already set their plan in motion. When the alien strike force landed on Zaraxis 9, they expected to wipe out the humans in one swift operation. Instead, they walked into a trap. The humans had fortified their shelter, laid traps across the landscape, and used the planet's deadly creatures as weapons against their enemies. As the alien soldiers advanced, electromagnetic storms rolled across the sky, disrupting their equipment. The humans, dressed in Zerlek's armor, ambushed them from the shadows. The aliens had the advantage in numbers and technology, but the humans had something far more powerful: the will to survive. Mitchell fought like a man possessed, leading his team with precision and fury. Every step the aliens took forward was met with resistance and ingenuity. Elena launched makeshift grenades fashioned from alien tech, while Patel's traps disabled the invaders' weapons. The aliens, for all their strength, found themselves outmatched by the humans' sheer resolve. By the time the storm cleared, the battlefield was silent. The alien strike force had been defeated. With the alien forces eliminated, the humans commandeered one of the enemy ships. Patel worked feverishly to bypass the security protocols, and soon, the ship's engines roared to life. As the ship ascended into the sky, Mitchell looked down at the hostile planet they had conquered. "This place tried to break us," he said quietly. "But it only made us stronger." Elena smiled. "And now we're taking that strength with us." The humans escaped Zaraxis 9, leaving behind the ruins of their captors' failed experiment. But they weren't just running away, they were heading towards something greater. From the captured alien ship, Mitchell and his team broadcast a final message to the galaxy. A message of hope and defiance. "This is humanity," Mitchell declared to all who listened. "We survived the deadliest planet in the universe. We faced the worst your empire could throw at us, and we endured. We may be small, we may be new to the stars, but make no mistake, we are coming." The message spread across the galaxy, reaching other oppressed species under the Zal'thrak's rule. For the first time in generations, hope ignited across countless worlds. If humans could survive Zaraxis 9, anything was possible. The Zal'thrak Collective could feel their grip on power slipping. The humans had not only survived, they had inspired a revolution. Other species began to rise up, emboldened by the message of hope from Zaraxis 9. What was once an empire built on fear was now crumbling from within. The humans had proved that the strongest weapon wasn't advanced technology or brute force. It was the unbreakable will to survive. As the captured ship sailed into the stars, Captain Mitchell stood at the helm, gazing at the endless expanse of space before him. "We came here as captives," he whispered, "but we leave as conquerors." Elena stepped beside him. "What now?" Mitchell smiled. "Now, we take back what's ours. And we help anyone out there who's been where we've been." With the stars ahead of them and the nightmare of Zaraxus 9 behind them, the humans set off toward a future they would build with their own hands. One where no species would ever be underestimated again. The story of the humans who survived Zaraxus 9 spread far and wide, becoming a legend among the stars. It was no longer just a story of survival. It was a story of resilience, defiance, and hope. And as the alien empire crumbled, one truth remained clear. You can throw humanity into the darkest of places, but you can never extinguish their light.